What does it mean when guitar players talk about the coveted power tube breakup? What's the deal with it? Well, we're going to talk about all that today, and I'm going to crank up 3 vintage Fender amplifiers, all black face, a Vibrochamp, a Vibrolux, and a Fender Twin, and we're going to hear what they sound like pushed to the max. Crunchy goodness. Will a Fender Twin really never break up? Let's see. You might be surprised. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, Terry O back at you. Thanks for tuning in again today to my channel. If you're a new viewer, welcome. Hopefully you'll be a new subscriber in the next few minutes before this video is over. If you haven't done that yet and you watch me every week, I know there's a bunch of you, go ahead and click the sub now. Help me get to 20,000 by the end of the year. Here we go. So power tube distortion, what is the deal? You know, you hear people talk about this all the time. Guitar players talk about this all the time. It won't break up. Give up the goods. That's one that really drives me nuts. So, you know, before amps had master volumes, before we had every overdrive and distortion and tube screamer variant known to man, you had good old power tube distortion. If you wanted a tone, you would just have to dime the amp. All right. But nowadays, there's all kinds of little gadgets that'll help you get there. And I just happen to have one. And that's what inspired me to make this video. So I just got this piece of gear called the Fryette Power Station. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't know anybody there. I bought it with my own money. But boy, let me tell you, it is one of the best pieces of gear I bought in a long time. It's not just an attenuator, you know, an attenuator that'll you can run your amps hotter. No, it'll do so much more. It adds an effects loop. It's got a power amp. It's got all kinds of stuff. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to run 3 of my Fender amps, a Vibrochamp, a Vibrolux, and a Twin Reverb. They're all black face models, all mid-60s. And I'm going to dime them, put them through this Fryette. And I'm using the same speaker because speakers play a part. But the thing about the Fryette is, what's cool is you can run like a 4 ohm load or 2 ohm load into the Fryette, and I'm running into whatever cabinet I want. So the intro, I was playing a little Vibrochamp, little 64, 65 Vibrochamp, dimed. And I'm going into the power station. I'm not adding any effects, anything, a little verb, but not much. No gain, nothing else. And I'm going into a 16 ohm cab with a Scumbag M75 speaker. That's it. So all the amplifiers you're going to hear are going to be through the same speaker, which is cool because you can really hear what the transformer and the power tubes are doing in each amplifier through the same speaker. So that's the Vibrochamp. You heard it. It just, the thing about power tube breakup, it just feels differently. Now you can get really close with a pedal, you can, but it's something about, you can just feel the response. I would say it's most of the deal that the reason people love it and covet it, guitar players, is because of the feel of it. Let me show you what that sounds like, the Vibrochamp with a humbucker pickup. So here's the humbucker through the Vibrochamp. Gets a little fuzzy. It's not as nice actually as the Strat to me. I'm going to bring the volume down a little bit on the Vibrochamp. So now the volume's on 7. A little nicer. All right, next one to take the Pepsi challenge. a 1966 Fender Vibrolux. And this one is a great example of a Vibrolux. It sounds great. I don't use it as much because I'm not a fan of the 10-inch speakers as much as the 12-inch. I end up using my Twin more. But that's the magic of this little box. I can put it through a 12-inch speaker. So same speaker, Vibrolux. I have it dimed. It's just the amp, no pedals, anything. Let's see what the neck pickup sounds like. Let's try the vibrato channel. All right, here's the vibrato side. I think the normal channel sounds better, right? So just to be clear, we're hearing both the preamp and the power section of each amplifier. You know, everything's working together. And then I'm taking that signal after the power amp, going into the Fryette, and then sort of reamping it into the speaker of my choice, which is a 12-inch, the same speaker. So we're not adding any color to it at all. There's nothing else going on. You're hearing the Fender, the whole deal. Let's try humbucker. All right, I'm in the normal channel. I have the volume on 5.5. Let me turn it up more. Volume on 9. After a certain point, I feel like with the Fenders, especially the blackface ones, they get like fuzzy. They just start to fart out, so you have to back it down a bit. Sounds good though. All right, now the one you've been waiting for. 1967 blackface Fender Twin Reverb. I've had this amp forever. It was a main touring amp for a long time for me. I still love it. Sounds great. But it's kind of got a new lease on life with this little device here. So here it is going through the Fryette and going into the same speaker, the 12-inch scumbag speaker. But I've got it to about 6, all right, Twin Reverb. Nice. I mean, so far that's my favorite. Let me turn it up. Here it is on 8, Twin Reverb. They're all very similar, but what you're hearing now is an 85-watt amplifier. The tubes are working hard. I mean, you've put my hand behind the amp. I can feel it. It's working harder than usual. It's twin. You hear people say all the time that you can't get a Fender Twin to break up. Yeah, it's a loud amplifier. The blackface ones have a lot more sag to them. This one, in particular, it starts to break up at 5 or 6 with a humbucker. I'll show you in a minute. But here it is on 10, something you would never do in the real world without getting arrested. like Break Up to me. Let's hear it with a humbucker. Okay, so here's the Twin Reverb on 5 with a humbucker. Break Up. At some point, it's just going to get more mushy with a humbucker. It starts to fart out, but I'll keep going. I'll go bring it up to about 8. Something about that, it just sounds great to me. It feels great. It's fun to play. I will say it's probably not great for the amp. I don't think it's hurting it, but you are going through the tubes quicker because you're driving the amp. And, you know, if you peek back behind that Twin, that thing's cooking, because as far as it's concerned, it's working like crazy, even though I'm not hearing the full brunt of it here in the room, because these windows would be blown out right now. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by Fryette, but I did put a little link here if you want to buy one and find one. I think the way YouTube works is I might get a little taste from that if you guys buy one. They are kind of expensive, but man, you can do a lot of stuff with them. I've been really happy with mine so far. Just to be able to do silly stuff like this is fun. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching this silly little video. It was fun. I noticed some of you guys seem to gravitate more towards the gear stuff than the lesson and actual playing music stuff. So here you go. I'll try to mix it up. Hit me with a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And let me know in the comments which ones you like. I'll see you soon. Stay funky. Terrio out.